So this is the log function section, and so it's really two different formulas. This second formula just had three pieces to it. Most of the assignment is the first formula. First formula says you got log base b. That's a b, by the way. So log base b of x equal to y. If you ever want to solve a log, you have to write it as an exponential. So basically, when you see these arrows like this, you always start with the base, and you got the base, and you raise it to the power of what it's equal to. So you got b to the power of y, and then it's equal to x. That's why the arrows. That's why I put recycle method, because if you look on the back of the dump trucks, it has those arrows going in a circle. That's pretty much the pattern. You start with the base, you raise it to the power of y, and then you equal it to x. And that's what it looks like when you rewrite it like that. So that's their first formula.
So that's the formula dump trucks are using?
No, that's not the formula they use, but that's the arrow. I stole an idea. And the second one says if you got log base b of x plus log base b of y, if you see a plus sign in the middle of two logarithms, that stands for multiplication. So if you got log x plus log y, then that's going to be equal to log x times y. In the second formula, the base is irrelevant. So the little b's don't mean anything. It's just the first formula where you're using a b. And similarly, if you got log base b of x minus log base b of y, when you see a minus sign, that stands for division. So log base b of x divided by y. So let me kind of make it clearer. Remember, if you had last quarter, we had a to the n times a to the m. What would that be equal to? N plus m. Remember, if you multiply them, you got to add the exponents. If you look at the logarithm, when you add logarithms, you multiply. It's the opposite. With the exponents, when you multiply exponents, you add the powers. With logarithms, when you add the logarithms, you multiply the things on in front. So logarithms and exponentials are like brother and sister. They go hand in hand. And you remember this formula. When you had a to the n divided by a to the m, what do you do with that? You're going to have a to the n minus m. So when you divide exponents, you subtract the powers. So reverse for logarithms, when you subtract logarithms, you divide what's in front of them. And so that's the reason why log x minus log y is equal to log x over y. Same formula like the exponents.
Would you ever multiply the logarithms and get x plus y?
That's something totally different if you got to multiply. And then this last formula says if you got x log y, you're not supposed to have anything to the left of the logarithm. So what you do is you take it and you bring it to the right, but it becomes a power. So instead of log xy, it's going to become log base b of y to the power of x. Whatever that number is over there, it's going to become a power on the right side. So everybody good with that? This one? So let me put an example. So let's say we had 2 log of 4. You're not supposed to have that 2 right there to the left. So if you got that 2 to the left, it has to come to the right and become a power. So it's going to be equal to log 4 squared. Or you can call it log 16 if you want. So that's what you got. That's how you rewrite it. So everybody good with that?
So that stuff, that number, that b at the bottom, it never comes into play?
Not for number 2, but if you see number 1, the b comes into play. And we're going to see some examples in the next slide. The formulas, these formulas here, y'all dealt with last quarter. Like if you have the nth root of a, that's really a to the power of 1 over n. So a square root is like 1/2 power. A cube root is 1/3, and so on and so forth. And also you got a to the minus n, you know you're not supposed to have a negative exponent. So you flip it. Same thing we did last quarter. This stuff will come into play when you're dealing with logarithms. So let me pause it right quick. Go through each section. So the first section, the examples look like this. They want you to take a logarithm. So they got log base 3 of x is equal to 2. And they want you to change this to an exponential. So you remember those arrows from the recycle method. So you start with the base and you write an arrow and it goes from 3 to 2 and then from 2 to x. And the way the arrow says it is going to be 3 squared equal to x. That's all they want you to do is rewrite it. They want you to get comfortable on how to take a logarithm and change it to an exponential.
Leave it in that formula. Don't just put 9x.
You don't have, we're not solving it yet till next quarter. Next week. So the next problem, we got log base b. This time we got a base b of 32 equal to 5. So how would you write that as an exponential?
That'd be,
You do the arrows. And so what did the arrows tell you to say? What you start with b.
start with 5.
B to the 5th equal what? Equal 32. So y'all got the hang of that? So that's the first, that's one section. Tells you how to do that. Then you got another section. Well, you going in reverse. So another section, they're going to give you 2 to the 3rd equal to 8. Something like that. They want you to take an exponential and change it to a logarithm. So we're going in reverse. So look at this one and look at where the piece is at. Look where 3, 2, and x at in the log. And you put the 2, 3, and 8 in the same place. So it's going to change to log what? What's the base? Base 2. What goes next? And then equal to what? And the way you check it is by doing the arrows. So the arrows say you got 2 to the 3rd equal to 8. Exactly what you got over here. Okay. Everybody good with that one? What if you had the cube root of 8 equal to 2? How would you change it? What is a cube root? You got to get that cube root of 8. So that changes to what? 8 to what power? Not third. 1/3. 8 to the 1/3 equal to 2. And so how do you rewrite it? So the base is 8. And then you got 2, and it's equal to 1/3. Questions on that? Because if you do the recycle method, you got 8 to the power 1/3 equal to 2. Everybody good with that one? Yeah, you got, because this is connected. You got to disconnect it to where you can take the pieces off that you need to put them in the right place. Because right now, cube root of 8 is all connected in one piece. You got to separate it. So last one, if you got 2 to the -4 equal to 1/16, how would you rewrite that? It's going to be log of what base? Base 2 to what? 1/16 equal to what? -4. So this says with the recycle method, 2 to the power -4 equals 1/16. And it all makes sense when you rewrite it as a logarithm. Questions on that one? For example, they give you, say for example, they give you this. They'll say, okay, tell me what this number equals. You got log base 4 of 16. That equals a number. So they just going to give you that and ask you what the answer is. So the first thing you do is you set it equal to y. You always set it equal to y so it look like the formula. So how would you rewrite it as an exponential? 4 to the power of y equal what? Okay, now it's exponential. I'm going to show you how to break down exponentials. You probably already know what the y is equal to now. But the base of the two bases, you got a base of 4 and a base of 16. Try to make the bases the same. So can you write 16 as 4 to some power?
Yeah, you can.
As what?
4 to 7.
So you got 4 to the y and it's equal to 4 to the 2nd. And it's telling you what the answer is now. So what is y equal to? 2. And so you got the answer. So that's the trick. You got to get the bottoms the same, and all you can do after that is look at the tops, and it'll tell you. Yeah. So we got some more. Y'all ready for the next one? It's like manipulation. So the next one, you got log base 7. It's got a base of 7 of square root of 7. and they want to know what this answer is. So what's the first thing you do? So you set it equal to y. And then how do you write it with the 7 to the power of y equal what? Equal square root of 7. Yeah, it's the recycle method. And so this has a base of 7, but this is not a base of 7 yet. But how can you rewrite a square root? 7 to the power of what? 1/2. And so now you know what y is. What is y equal to? Y is equal to 1/2. Questions on that one? It's all manipulation.
That's